The rivalry between 50 Cent and Ja Rule is one of the most acrimonious, personal, and significant in hip-hop history. Rap music changed in the early 2000s as a result of what began as an ego war that swiftly turned into a full-fledged conflict. This is the tale of one of the most notorious feuds in hip-hop. Ja Rule was at the top of the world in the late 1990s. He soon rose to prominence as one of the most identifiable voices in hip-hop after signing with of Gotti's Murder Inc. Records. With hits like Holla Holla and Between Me and You, Ja Rule topped the charts with his distinctive raspy style and talent for fusing rap and R&B. Ja Rule's partnerships with R&B superstars like Jennifer Lopez and Ashanti contributed to his popularity. In the early 2000s, he was one of the biggest stars in the game thanks to his voice and crossover appeal. In the meantime, Queens underground rapper 50 Cent was making waves in the underground scene. Soon after, 50 Cent was regarded as one of the most promising hip-hop singers, because to his harsh lyrics and street cred. In an attempted assassination in 2000, he was shot 9 times, nearly ending his ascent. The incident didn't stop 50 Cent from speaking out. He kept putting out mixtapes that showcased his unadulterated talent and unrepentant demeanor. His unwavering work ethic was noticed, especially by Eminem and Dr. Dre, and he received a contract signing under Shady Aftermath Records in 2002. Due to professional competition and personal distaste, 50 Cent vs. Ja Rule began in the early 2000s. It all began when 50 Cent criticized Ja Rule both on the street and professionally by accusing him of stealing his style. The two started disparaging one another in interviews and on tracks after Ja Rule retaliated. Diss songs by 50 Cent, like Back Down and Wanksta, were vicious. He questioned Ja Rule's sincerity, made fun of his singing voice, and even went after his friends from Murder Inc. Records. With songs like Loose Change, Ja Rule responded, but the harm had already been done. The feud swiftly got out of hand and spread to other musicians and the streets. Ja Rule's Murder Inc. group and 50 Cent's G-Unit camp were involved. A slew of verbal and physical altercations broke out between 50 Cent's G-Unit group and Ja Rule's Murder Inc. squad. The competition was so intense that it affected other musicians' careers, forcing the majority of them to support one side or the other. Eminem and Busta Rhymes were among 50 Cent's supporters, whilst Ashanti and Fat Joe sided with Ja Rule. For both fans and critics, the beef became a hip-hop landmark. However, as the feud intensified, it became evident that 50 Cent was outperforming Ja Rule. As the feud persisted, Ja Rule's career started to wane. His popularity started to decline, and he was beset by a string of legal issues that made matters worse. In the meantime, 50 Cent's fame grew, and his first album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', became one of the best-selling hip-hop albums ever. Ja Rule was no longer the force to be reckoned with that he once was by the early 2000s, despite his unsuccessful attempts to resurface. Ja Rule's reputation was permanently damaged by the rivalry with 50 Cent, which had finally caught up with him. Both 50 Cent and Ja Rule thought back on the feud and its effects on their careers in the years that followed. Ja Rule struggled to regain his footing in the industry, while 50 Cent remained a popular musician, actor, and businessman. The two have had their moments of reconciliation in spite of their hostility. They seem to have moved past their disagreements recently, and both have publicly praised how the feud has shaped their careers. Thank you for viewing. For more in-depth analyses on the hip-hop industry, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this article.